Welcome back to YouTube News of the Month, where I tell you a few big things that happened on YouTube this month. And this month it is May. First of all, the game theorists, or I guess all of the theory channels, announced a streaming service called Theoryverse. They talked about it in a segment in their videos and made this post right here, which they posted on all of their channels, by the way. But yeah, basically it's a site where you get brand new exclusive shows and also some exclusive theory episodes, many in which they probably couldn't upload on YouTube itself because they're more, 18 plus. And yeah, they launched it on May 23, and basically there's like 3 different tiers. The later 2 are paid, but the first one allows you to watch it for free, but you only get to watch like 1 episode per month, I think. But yeah, you can look more into it if you want, but many of the fans aren't really that happy about Theoryverse. They feel like it's a bit corporate and feels like a slippery slope. It almost feels like they're saying that like you're really part of the theorist team if you sign up, otherwise you're just like a normal theorist, I guess. At least that's how many people interpret it as. So yeah, many people are kind of iffy, but yeah, Theoryverse does exist now. Moving on, we have Jax Films on his Jax Films channel posting this video right here, where he calls out some live stream scammers. Basically, there's a bunch of channels that go quote unquote live on YouTube, but they're not really live. I mean, they are live, but they're showing looped pre-recorded footage. And basically, the looped footage at the start shows them kind of like doing something like almost calling 911 or almost doing something kind of dangerous, but they never actually do it. And the footage is looped over and over. They're basically trying to get like a bunch of viewers' attention and to stay on the live stream. And after they garner a bunch of viewers, they switch to another set of pre-recorded looped footage, basically saying that you're gonna earn a lot of Robux if you donate to them in chat. Well, I don't believe they specifically said to donate. Instead, they said to click the disco ball, which on YouTube gives them money. But of course, if you send this, you don't actually get Robux. This is just a scam. And they basically do it daily or just a bunch, and there's many people that are doing this. They even, like, a bunch of these scammers even did like a collaboration video, making a long form video flexing their wealth and making a fake apology. It's just really annoying, and Jax Films was calling them out in the video that he made. And at the end of the video, Jax Films actually does an update because one of the channels actually got terminated. So reporting these scams for, well, being scams does work, and he encourages many to do so. So yeah, the video was pretty good, and I recommend watching it if you want to learn more. Anyways, next we have the Watchmojo Crashout. Oh boy. If you don't know, Watchmojo is a channel that basically does like top 10 whatevers in like movies and film and stuff, but they've kind of fallen off over the years. They don't really get as many views as they did before. And this month, Voyen, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, he posted this video right here. Watchmojo's downfall should be celebrated. And this video actually got a response from Watchmojo, as in the comment section below, they left this comment right here, where they literally crashed out and started talking about how they're actually like doing super good, and they have a bunch of people on their team just flexing and saying haters fuel our fire or whatever. And this is like completely shocking. This is basically a company, and to see them crash out in a YouTube video's comment section is just really absurd. Where's the PR team? And literally their first sentence isn't even grammatically correct. They literally say, and I quote, "The day no one talks to you is the day you are irrelevant, so thank you." Like, this is just wild stuff. You can't make this up. Anyways, next we have Seb Draws Things and a new project that he has started. Basically, if you don't know the channel, he does mainly short form content where he does a bunch of drawing stuff, like drawing the top comments profile picture, and he's done that for like hundreds of days. And he's also doing like another series. But on his channel, there's been this mysterious countdown, and well, on the 8th of May, it finally reached 0. And in this short right here, he finally unveiled the secret. Basically, he's starting a giant project where fans can pay to lay down pixels. It's a giant canvas, literally having 1 million squares, and it costs $1 a square. So if you want to buy like 100 squares to fill in like a bunch of pixels to make some pixel art, that'll cost you $100. It's basically art/place, the thing on Reddit that happened a few years ago. But I think on art/place you could like replace people's pixels, but in this version you cannot. Once you place down the pixel, no one can touch it. So Seb Draws Things has that running on a website, and that's going to be going for like a long time. But Seb Draws Things is also drawing it in real life on a canvas with squares, and he's going to replicate the art that is being made on the website, which is crazy. Having to draw individual squares on a 1000 by 1000 pixel canvas is just insane. Anyways, next we have some not so great news. If you didn't know, the Amazing Digital Circus episode 9 along with episode 8 is going to be released in theaters next month, but this month the finale actually got leaked. I think it was the Brazilian dub of episode 9, and I believe at first only clips were being leaked, but then like the entire finale got leaked. I'm not entirely sure because I've been trying to, well, avoid the leaks, but nonetheless episode 9 is getting leaked, and it's very unfortunate. And many of the people that watched it are having some mixed opinions on it, and some people hate it and are refunding their tickets. Gooseworks was having a conversation with a fan on Blue Goose guy, who was telling Goose that the finale got leaked, and Gooseworks, who if you didn't know is the creator of the show, they responded by saying, who cares? And this upset a lot of people. This caused Goose to make another tweet explaining things a bit more and just basically saying that they just wanted to make a fun little animated show, and it blew up way more than they thought. But yeah, instead of the community getting mad at the leakers, of course they got extremely upset and toxic at Gooseworks, which is just insane. Now I can somewhat understand why some people were not so happy with Gooseworks' first response saying who cares after learning that the finale got leaked. Or I guess I can understand them being like a little disappointed because they are, you know, going to buy the show and watch it, and if they feel like the creator of the show doesn't really care, then why should they spend their money and go watch the movie? And while I understand that point, you kind of have to understand the context here. The Amazing Digital Circus, unfortunately, has been in drama literally every week. That is not even an exaggeration at this point. While I do love the show, the fandom has gotten extremely toxic, and the creator's show is continually getting attacked a lot for the dumbest reasons. So it makes sense that Gooseworks is just tired of all of it, tired of the insanity of this fandom and the drama. And now in May, we have the finale getting leaked. It is an unfortunate situation, but I do hope everything goes well with the film releasing next month, and I do hope that Gooseworks is okay. Anyways, next we have a channel called Grandma Crackers, and she got swatted. She posted this video right here, and it basically explains the situation. Apparently on a live stream, Grandma Crackers was sleeping and chat was like controlling the Minecraft character, and while she was sleeping, a SWAT team literally showed up and was inside her house. Apparently because some loser made a fake call about it and got her swatted. This is annoyingly not an uncommon thing that happens. Thankfully, Grandma Crackers is okay and actually found the whole situation kind of fun. I recommend watching the video if you want to learn more. But I also realized that I've never talked about this channel before on YouTube News of the Month. She posted this video right here on October 22nd, 2025, it being the very first video on the channel, and it kind of blew up. It's really fun to see her playing Minecraft and stuff. But she also started this channel to start a GoFundMe to donate to help support Jack, her grandson's fight against cancer. The channel is pretty wholesome and fun, and I recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Next, we have Do Perfect posting this video right here, Overtime 50. They finally did it. Next, we have a pretty fun trend that's been happening this month, and it's the LarpTubers. Basically, a bunch of people are LARPing as YouTubers. LARP, if you don't know, stands for live action roleplay. So they're basically impersonating famous YouTubers, with many of them mimicking the old style of content that they've done, like the OG style of content. Like one of the most famous examples is LARPiplier. I believe he was one of, if not the very first LARPTuber, and he posts videos that are like what Markiplier used to post like a decade ago. And yeah, most of these LARPTubers are doing it just for fun, and because they like the YouTubers. It's pretty entertaining and kind of nostalgic. Moving on, we have the Backrooms releasing this month. It released on May 29, and yeah, this is pretty huge. If you somehow didn't know, this was directed by Kane Parsons, someone that's been on YouTube, and the R-rated horror movie has finally released. But speaking of R-rated horror movies that was directed by a YouTuber, we have the movie Obsession that was released earlier in the month on May 15th. And this was by Curry Barker that runs the channel That's a Bad Idea. I should mention, by the way, that Backrooms and Obsessions were released in theaters. This wasn't like direct to like a streaming site or something. Just wanted to clarify that. But something interesting with Obsession is that I'm pretty sure it actually started to do better during its second week in theaters. Probably due to word of mouth about it being a really good movie. And continuing to talk about R-rated horror movies that were created by a YouTuber, we have some news on Iron Lung. Markiplier, who made the movie, posted this video right here, announcing that Iron Lung is now available to buy or rent on YouTube. He did say that he's still sorting out some technical difficulties, so you can watch this video on the specifics if you want. But yeah, Iron Lung is now available on YouTube. And for the final bit of YouTube news, we have KSI leaving the Sidemen. He posted this video right here explaining it. If you didn't know, Sidemen is a group of YouTubers making videos, and it started in 2013 with KSI being there since the start. So yeah, he's been there for over a decade now, and this month he has decided to leave. But anyways, my name's Trevor, and that's gonna wrap today's video. Do be sure to leave a like and subscribe, but only if you want to. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.